Hey, True Believers England team here. I've got a couple of topics to talk about. One to talk about Nightcrawler. It amazes me. But first, I figured, you know what? I see this girl. She does these body paintings, and I wanted to share this one. This is their new one because she's like, oh, Renfield's out. Here's the Vampirella I did. This just blows me away every time she does one of these because she actually colors herself up as a cartoon, as a comic. It's not just cosplay, you know? So I always thought that was kind of cool. But I really wanted to talk about this Nightcrawler thing. It was one of those, I was like, well, okay, well, what do I talk about? And I saw on Twitter, and I was like, there's no way I'm not talking about this. It's sickening. Hello to Jay and LK. LK, get your ass on in here, man. Come on in. Actually, either one of them. There, let me put the invite, because there's a couple of things. You're going to want to talk about this. You're going to want to say something here. Look, you've heard me go on a rant about the Falcon and about how he's not Captain America. He's the Falcon. Oh, fuck. You did hear me say that. You heard it's like he's his own character and such. Well, guess what, kids? Guess what they're effing doing? I kid you not. In the shadow of Fall of X, one of the X-Men embraces a bold new direction in uncanny Spider-Man. It says, following July's X-Men Hellfire Gala #1, mutant kind will enter a thrilling new era of uncertain danger, blah, 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 yada, yada. Well, what gets me is they actually say, as some of your favorite X-Men are crushed under the weight of this new age, one of the X-Men will bamf his way bright into superhero stardom, Kurt Wagner, the uncanny Spider-Man. They're making Nightcrawler Spider-Man. It baffles me. No, he's not bouncing into superstardom if he's going to be grabbing somebody's identity. How are they not seeing this? How are they not knowing this? This is a rant, guys, and I apologize for that, but holy crap. Okay, so it goes on to say it's going to be a 5-issue miniseries. So hopefully this doesn't stick around. Hopefully Marvel will be like, okay, you know what? This was bad. It's written by a mutant mastermind, Cy Spurrier. He's not a mastermind if his only freaking ideas are, let's take this popular hero and give him this popular hero's identity. That's not masterminding shit. That's lazy. Continuous thought-provoking work in the Krakoan era. Nothing thought-provoking about the Krakoan era. I'm going to stop it right there, too. After Legion of X and Nightcrawlers, and drawn by Lee Gerbert, known for his breathtaking art on Death of Dr. Strange. That was actually not bad. The heart of the X-Men, Kurt, has always shined as one of the most heroic and daring mutants. Hey, Jay, what's up? Okay, Jay decided to bow out here, but he's welcome when he comes back here. In the franchise, now as the darkness of the Fall of X overwhelms his fellow mutants, Nightcrawler will embrace a new role as classic New York City bamfing hero. This is horrible. Let him be Nightcrawler. Build Nightcrawler up as a character. Build the Falcon up as a character. The hell? It's like DC, where everything is Batman, or it's nothing. Let these smaller characters get their day in court, write them well, draw them well, get the freaking identity politics out of your books, write a good story, let them stand on their own. This is freaking ridiculous. Okay, we'll continue in this just a sec. Tevy, I was fishing for Jay and LK, man.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, let me go on here. What we've got here is a spectacular new beginning, which, yes, is code for perfect jumping on point. No, it's a jumping off point. Why the would you want to read a book about Nightcrawler where he's pretending to be Spider-Man?
I don't get either.
Okay, so it says, which leans hard into heroic, joyful, street-level action. Spurrier explained, writing Kurt has always been an exercise in heart. He was the first to feel the cracks in Krakoa and the first to try to do something about it. The cracks were at the very beginning because it was a bad idea, hands down. I'm pissed at this. I am actually pissed at this.
Yeah, I did a bad idea.
Yep, it absolutely is. So let me go. And the first tried to do something about it. Unfailingly loyal to his people, his friends, and his responsibilities. He's gone through a lot. What's been missing for him is the joy. Well, you know what? That's what's been missing for the readers too, kids. Seriously.
Yep.
I don't hear a lot of people talking about the X-Men in a fun way. I just don't. I'm sorry.
But it's weird because when How to Pattern started, it was great. But then it went to hell and heck and left the book, and then X-Men did a weird spot and understand anymore. Wait.
Okay, so and hello to Jay. How do you do? The freedom, the thrill. The freedom, it's I asked you and then I kept going. That's on me, man. The freedom, the thrill, and that's where we find him now in a restyled Spidey suit, bamping across New York and rubbing shoulders and butting heads with the best heroes and villains of the. Why not just do that as Nightcrawler? Why? Jay, what did you do? Why did you tell them this was okay?
I mean, Spider-Man. This makes no sense. Like I did my own video on more Zoe stuff done now. That did yesterday. I did a video today about it, and it's very different from saying what add more fuels to the fire.
Yeah. And Daredevil is now the Incredible Hulk, says Dave Asanowitz. Jughead thinking this is the most exciting and interesting storytelling I have ever heard in comics in decades, and I'm sure he is being 100% sincere about that too. No, good Lord. Okay, so he goes, what's to say here? But of course, it's not quite that simple. Is Nightcrawler really doing this for the thrill, or is he hiding? Is it easier to put on a mask and punch some villains in the nose than it is to stare trauma in the eye? See, and that's why you're fucking up the character. If you play him as Nightcrawler and he just goes into New York, he gets away from the X-Men, he wants to be on his own, and he deals with his trauma as himself. You don't put the Spider-Man costume. The only reason why they're doing this is because Spider-Man is a property and Nightcrawler as yet is not. But he will never be if he is dressed as freaking Spider-Man.
Bullshit! I got bullshit.
Well, you don't need to yell that.
Did people forget the Chris Claremont not going to be had in 2014, 2015? Am I going crazy?
Yeah, I think they did. For me, this series is a dream come true. A chance to write my various briefs have never before. A chance to write what my various briefs have never before allowed. Pure, joyful, bold, fun superhero action, and thanks to Lee, it looks astonishing. Look, good cover.
Spider-Man. That's not Spidey.
But that would be better as Nightcrawler, I think.
Yeah, make him Nightcrawler. Spider-Man. I don't think X-Men character. That's the
one. Okay, so let me do my perfect ending to the story again. But this looks good, but it would be better if it was Spider-Man. There you go. I mean, it's that's
totally the meaning of the cover. Just
yep. So thoughts, Jay? You were quiet there.
Kind of missed what was going on when I was trying to log in here. Give me a quick synopsis of what's going on. Is actually Nightcrawler becoming Spider-Man?
Tevia, the man's talking. Hold on, man.
So are they like amalgamizing the two characters? What's going on?
No, Nightcrawler is going to put on a Spider-Man suit and be Spider-Man.
Oh my God! Don't they already have like 300 Spider-Men and Spider-Women right now?
If I remember correctly, the Spider-Boy first appearance was a story about 5 million spider people.
Yeah, there's called the end of the Spider-Verse, which spoiler, they're not end of Spider-Verse.
Well, Marvel's starting to do with Spider-Man what DC's been doing for years with Batman, and it's oversaturation, and it's going to backfire on them. They're going to burn people out real quick. In fact, I think Spider-Man just dethroned Batman as the #1 comic selling character.
Yeah.
So I mean, who knows?
Oh my God! Can Anthony selling that now? I mean, we're more fucked. I mean,
dude, you got to watch the language.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to ask you to step off, dude. Serious. I mean, it's because you've yelled out too. I've got to now go through and edit this out because their new I'll talk about that. I'll rant about it in a little bit, but the new YouTube monetization. It's worse than freaking TV. You can get away with more on AMC or something like that anymore.
Sorry, but I'll cut the cursing.
Yeah, Big Mommy is watching, and she does not want us using bad language.
Yeah. Dave is saying, but why does wearing a mask make Nightcrawler Spider-Man? It makes no sense. It doesn't. It's Nightcrawler and Spider-Man's clothes. Didn't they made a joke about this in Family Guy when Lando Calrissian comes? Are you wearing Han's clothes? Yeah, that's happening.
Yep.
It's like I joked about the freaking worst comic book of all time, Captain America #25, where Falcon comes in, he's wearing the Captain America outfit, and you see all the Avengers, and they're looking up, and they're just in awe. Oh, I can't believe it! Oh, so glorious! No, you know him. You know it's Sam Wilson wearing his best friend's clothes. It's not like he's any other person other than the Falcon to the people that are here. This is not. Nobody's gonna look at that and go, "Oh wow, Spider-Man, you grew a tail." No, it's Nightcrawler. Why the are you dressed like Spider-Man? Hello to the others.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Group, what's up? Dalton, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. What the hell are they doing to my beloved Nightcrawler now? Because I actually, Nightcrawler's actually one of my favorite X-Men. What have they done to him now?
They're going to make him Spider-Man.
Okay, why?
Because
Spider-Man is more popular than Nightcrawler.
Okay, but acrobatics aside, Nightcrawler's main power is teleportation. What?
No, you're not getting it. I'm sorry, you're not.
How does that correlate to Spider?
Nightcrawler is down here in popularity. Spider-Man is up here in popularity. Therefore, Nightcrawler is Spider-Man.
Screw the out of universe business bullshit for a second. I'm talking about in universe logic. I don't care the way the direction goes as long as it makes some kind of sense in universe. This makes no sense in universe.
Here's the logic. Nightcrawler is down here in popularity.
Yeah, but that's out of that's out of universe logic. I'm looking for the in universe. Why would Nightcrawler become Spider-Man logic?
That this is one of the worst freaking things. I mean, and they're doing this across the board. Look at Miles Morales, has been around for what, 10, 12 years now?
Well, I'm kind of with Dalton. I want to hear what Marvel's logic is for doing this. I want to hear what their ideas. I want to hear this.
Yeah, like okay, so they said that it was after the whole hullabaloo and all that's going on, and because of everything that Nightcrawler's going through, he has to be Spider-Man.
Okay. Even if you wanted Nightcrawler to take up someone else's mantle, I have a better in-universe story reason why it would, for a character for who it would actually make sense. Make him Daredevil for a while, because both characters are extremely hyper Christian, and that would actually make some more sense.
Yeah, but Daredevil is now Elektra. Elektra is now Daredevil.
Daredevil right now. Like, she's doing that, and she's doing a good job. So it's Daredevil. They're both.
Hold on. Okay, first of all, no, Elektra would never take the freaking role, because Elektra is not the person to go, well, let me give up my own identity for someone else.
No.
That was a horrible idea in itself.
No, excuse me. He's actually asked me about that. She did. She's approved that she can do it better.
Okay,
and here's the thing, though. They both may compromise.
I don't buy it. Not Elektra. Not of all the people. But that's another one. Instead of writing an Elektra book and letting her stand on her own, they make her Daredevil.
Sam Wilson, Captain America, anyone?
I started off with Sam Wilson, Captain America.
This is like the equivalent of making Beast Boy Batman. It's like, it doesn't.
They won't do that. That'd be stupid.
No, I know. I'm just saying an example. I mean, you take somebody who's I like Nightcrawler, but what would you say he's B? Probably C, but sometimes
C-lister at best.
Yeah, but then throwing him right into the A-list.
Yeah, and one of the things is, Nightcrawler hasn't really had big popularity for the last 30 years. But the thing is why not write him in a way? Let's get him out there again. Look what happened with Power Girl. Power Girl's always been like a B or C lister, but she's always been cool to like.
And in our hearts.
Yeah. But any of the attempts to bring her to the forefront, any attempts to give her own series, they failed. Now, however, they put her in a story everybody likes, and she's gotten new popularity. Now, by the way, DC, it's time to strike when the irons are hot, and don't give her some god dang fruity little, I've got to put my identity politics artist and writer into it. Put somebody who could do the good job into it. All righty. Figure drawing is saying, I remember when Miles Morales was new, so many people online said he's not my Spider-Man, and eventually Miles became popular and those people start crying. The problem with that figure drawing is that the big thing they're saying is he's not Spider-Man. He's Miles Morales. Let him have his own identity.
Here's the thing, though. Across Spider-Man proved that he could be a Spider-Man in his own universe. It proved more and more for my Miles should be an open universe. I've been saying for years, my Miles should be an open universe. That is his home. Putting me even doesn't work. This is why I'm doing my plan. My plan, retire people, let her have Dark Spider main about object in my universe. Let her exist, and have my work take over after me Spider-Man. Problem solved. Everyone wins.
I was just about to say they usually make Miles work by having him be Peter's successor, and frankly, Marvel is obsessed with having Spider-Man be young anyway. They will not let Peter take an adult identity simply because, well, if we make Peter have an adult life, he won't be able to relate to the kids. Cough, cough, Joe Quesada, cough. So if you absolutely need for there to be a young person in the Spider-Man role, let Peter retire or let him pull a Nightwing and come up with some other mantle, and then pass the Spider-Man mantle off to Miles, and then eventually Miles can age out of it, and so on. Like, it wouldn't be that hard.
That makes
I haven't seen that for you,
They don't like
it. Tavia. Okay, Jay, what were you saying?
I said, Dalton, that makes way too much sense, and apparently they're not about making much sense.
Yes, I know. Making internal logical sense is anathema to them, but they're just gonna have to get the frick over it eventually. Like,
I hope they
seriously.
Yeah,
I agree.
They brought back Ultimate Peter and ruined Miles' chances to be the star of his own universe as Akalo, which is I hope I said that right. Anyway, I think it's Tevia made that point. Dalton's making the point, and it's in the Ultimate Universe by himself. He took over. Okay, people were on board. Let's go. We have Peter Parker in the 616. We have Miles Morales but once they combined them, there was no point for Miles Morales to continue to be Spider-Man. They should have found him his own identity, and they never did. Or
like I suggested, since they're obsessed with having Spider-Man be young, and they don't want to let Peter have a adult life while he's still Spider-Man, have Peter pull a Nightwing, make up another identity where he can be an actual adult, and then Miles gets to be the next generation Spider-Man. Now, I have only so much sympathy for the people who say, "Well, they never let things move forward," people, because to some degree, I get why certain characters don't age up like in real time. There was a time when they did. That time is long since gone. But in places where the lack of sliding timescale is actually impeding the storytelling, and we have these organic outs, like having Miles take over the mantle, let it happen, because otherwise you get one more day style writing where we can't have Spider-Man get married because kids can't relate to that or some stick, and it's just
Have they ever done a what if, or kind of like an Old Man Logan with Spider-Man, about a middle-aged Spider-Man?
And Lane. It sucked. It was basically people on Old Man and Mary Jane. You know,
I mean, if it's just like
pretty, but it's so bad.
If it's an out of continuity story and they get the right writer on that, I think that would be pretty interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing a 35 to 45-year-old Peter and find out what happened in his life and how he's still dealing with his powers. Have they weakened? Have they strengthened?
Here's the thing about that story. That story mean-spirited, dark, and not a fun story.
Well, but Tevia, the thing is, it's not the inherent story it's not the fault of the story that the writer took it that way. We're saying do that, but do it right in a non-nihilistic sense, is I think what Jay is getting at.
Going back to the point about going back to the point about how kids don't want to watch a middle-aged man or something or other, we were, me and my wife, we were listening to the Bedknobs and Broomsticks soundtrack, as a guy my age would. It occurred to me as I'm listening to Dave, what's his name, sing Bobbing Along Under the Beautiful Briny Sea, that all of those really cool live action Disney movies that I loved as a kid starred middle-aged people. Nowadays, of course, all of them starred the tweens of the day, and it's kids entertaining kids. But back in the day, yeah, you know what? We did watch middle-aged people.
I mean, there hasn't
the
been
youngest we got was Kurt Russell.
There hasn't been a design for Doctor Strange that didn't have gray in his temples. He's always been middle-aged.
Yeah. And so, yes, I do believe we had been entertained by a Spider-Man up until that. From the time he got married in the early 90s all the way to that One More Day bullcrap, we were entertained by a married Spider-Man. Superman and Lois are more entertaining as a family with John Kent. It's it's something that they just don't understand.
Yep.
There you go. Okay.
We got an awesome movie about a superhero, a great movie with John Kent and we had to be big friends. That movie for John Kent and works. That works.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
I remember as a kid, I aspired to be like 90s Spider-Man because he did cool stuff and had a hot wife, says ZACK. Yeah.
Yep.
People can be inspired by that. But here's the thing. It's Marvel has I'm gonna say it. Marvel is doomed. I'm gonna go a Gary route here. Marvel is either dead or doomed. But you can see it coming. It's been for the last 7 years. It's just they've given up. When you got this, when you're freaking promoting, we're going to take an interesting X-Men character and put him in a Spider-Man outfit instead of writing him as he is, they have literally given up.
This is sad.
What were you saying, Jay?
Well, this is what happens when you bring in people who don't care about the history, don't care about the lore, don't care about tradition. They obviously don't. These younger creators and editors, if you want to even call them that, they seem not to even want to seek out like the creators of old, find out information from them, maybe a little mentorship or something. They're just winging a lot of this stuff, and
it's a problem with the way modern day writers are taught to write. In like modern day art schools, there's this idea that art is only ever a means to an end, and only ever basically characters and worlds are puppets for you to basically use as mouthpieces rather than logically consistent entities in their own right. I think that's the main crux of the issue. They only know
narcissistic to its core.
And the sad thing is, I don't know if it's an actual neurological thing with the individual people, or if it's just they've been taught to think this way. Because if that's
absolutely right,
if that's what they consider to be the intellectual position, then of course they're going to do it because they don't know.
A lot of them too, they don't care. Like you just said it. They use this as a platform to get whatever they want out of there. That's why they self-insert a lot and all the other silly little things they do that aren't interesting.
Which is wrong and messed up, because that's not how you write a story.